everyone, here's the Wire Man. So we're going to be using this to study the nerves in the body and also the nerve plexus. So the first thing you can see is you'll see plexus located here. Right, so that's known as your cervical plexus. So the one nerve that comes off the cervical plexus is number 72 there, which we know of as the phrenic nerve. So this one goes all the way to your diaphragm. So that's the phrenic nerve coming off your cervical plexus. The other plexus that you see is located here. You see this group of nerves combining, forming a network. So that one's going to your arm, which we know of as the brachium. So we call that the brachial plexus. So one nerve that comes off the brachial plexus is this nerve right here, number 79, which we know of as the axillary nerve. So the axillary nerve is coming off of this nerve that's going down your arm. There's your axillary. This is your nerve that's going down your arm. That's on the lateral aspect of your arm. So we know that as your radial nerve. In your motto, it's labeled number 99. The nerve next to it, this one here, is the most lateral, and it pretty much ends before your hand. So that one here is number 84. That's your musculocutaneous nerve. Musculocutaneous nerve. So that's number 84. And then the nerve that's running next to it, that's going all the way down to your hand, here, is known as your median nerve. That one is number, looks like an 88. And then the next nerve next to that, now we're medial, is going all the way down your hand. So that's known as your ulnar nerve, number 91. So again, you have your ulnar nerve, your median nerve, your radial nerve, your musculocutaneous nerve, and your axillary nerve here. So all those are derived from your brachial plexus. So now if we come here, you'll see nerves coming off your thoracic region. And so those nerves are all called your intercostal nerves. Then if you look further down here in the lumbar area, you'll see another plexus here, which looks like it's labeled 108. So that's what we know of as the lumbar plexus. And so there's a nerve that comes off of that. See that nerve there, 116, that goes through that obturator foramen. So that nerve is known as your obturator, 116. So it's coming off your lumbar plexus as well. The other nerve that comes off the lumbar plexus is this one here, number 117. So that's known as your femoral nerve. So your femoral nerve comes down into your thigh, and then it branches off to this nerve right here. So this nerve here is known as your saphenous nerve. So it's labeled 120. So those nerves, the femoral nerve and the obturator nerve, come off the lumbar plexus. And then the last plexus you have here is by your sacrum, so we call that the sacral plexus. And you'll see a large nerve coming off of it. So let's turn it around. And so it's the largest nerve in your body, 125. That's known as your sciatic nerve. So the sciatic nerve comes down to your leg. And once it reaches to the popliteal region of your leg, you have a nerve, it branches into two. So let me turn it a little bit more. So one of the branches here, now this is lateral. So this lateral branch here of the sciatic nerve is called the common fibular nerve. So that one's this one here. Looks like it's 126 or something like that. And then the other one next to it, 133, is your tibial nerve. So if we look back posteriorly, you can see that the tibial nerve stays posteriorly. And the last nerve that you have to know that comes off the sacral plexus is this nerve here, number 122, and this nerve here, number 123. So this one here is your superior gluteal nerve, where your gluteus is at, and 123 is below it, or inferior of it, so we call that the inferior gluteal nerve. So inferior gluteal nerve, superior gluteal nerve. The other thing that you can see in this model that's part of the autonomic nervous system is this structure here. See those pink dots with the yellow connections? So that's what we call the sympathetic chain ganglia. So they're running on your vertebral column, but it should also be found on this side, but the model only shows you it on the right side. So that's the model of your nerves using our Wire Man.